but also the authority of the government mandated by the people. People are the sole shareholders of the state. If people want to, they have every right to change and abolish a system of government, especially when the government was going against the people's will. The people in power should be removed from office.
係啊，你
We
睇
are in the 21st century,
你睇到啊
an era of information and communication technology. But the outdated idea of the divine right of government is still rooted on the earth. The Hong Kong Authority has stated clearly that the Hong Kongers are subject to the authority. Can you imagine someone who is not related to you suddenly popping out and forcing you to do something you don't want to? In common sense, that's a crime.
而家有冇啲人網速？
Then why would it be acceptable when the government, who is fed by the taxpayers,
唔
can
緊要啊！
control the
我而家錄一路
people
錄
against their
用其他
will
機錄。
by force and fear? Can you believe that primary election is a severe crime? In the US, we believe that government officials should be chosen by the people. The government should be afraid of the people who voted for them. The people should not be afraid of the government. The verdict by the Hong Kong Authority not only convicted the 45 activists, but also convicted hundreds of thousands of voters in Hong Kong and all the people who want to be represented in the government. It is an overt attack on democracy. The Chinese Communist Party claims that their system is democracy with Chinese characteristics. I agree that there are different types of democracy. Constitutional monarchy is democracy. Presidential democracy is democracy. Parliamentary system is democracy. But if one-party dictatorship is democracy, burghers no longer need bun and meat to be burghers. The CCP reactions to the primary election in Hong Kong is the greatest evidence that the CCP is not democratic at all, and there is no way that we can blame an election, since bullets cannot kill anyone physically like bullets that the CCP used to shoot Hong Kongers. This sentence itself is totally political persecution. You might ask, if I were not running for a campaign, would an autocracy have anything to do with my life? Unfortunately, the answer is yes. One of the defendants in this case is the father of my friend from school in Hong Kong. After the sentencing, my friend called me for more than 3 hours to talk about his frustration. I want to ask about my friend who is a teenager and his father who wants to serve his people. What kind of crime they have committed that they are going to be forced to be separated for years? Political persecution under the CCP's dictatorship is closer to ordinary people than we think. I was taken away and interrogated by the National Security Department in Hong Kong after I posted against the Chinese Communist Party and its supreme leader Xi Jinping at age 15. I was forced to flee to this country 2 years ago alone. If the government is not of the people, for the people, and by the people, people's rights to express themselves would not even be tolerated. Jimmy Lai, a 74-year-old man, was chained like this because he ran newspaper reporting about things that the government does not want people to know about and advocate for the people of Hong Kong. Jimmy Lai is a Catholic. He was forbidden from the Lord's Supper in jail, and the health condition of this old man is declining because he has been denied proper treatment of diabetes. He is jailed alone in a jail cell for 23 hours a day. If the Hong Kong Authority is right, why are they afraid of the body and blood of Christ? why don't they let the people's judgment but not torture to be his extra punishment apart from imprisonment? Therefore, I ask all of you who are listening to have eyes over Hong Kong. Free Hong Kong! Free Hong Kong! Free my candidate! Free my candidate! Free Jimmy Lai! Free Jimmy Lai! Thank you.
Thank you.
Just turned 18.
Hi everyone. Thank you. Why are we here today? In Hollywood. I think the key purpose is to introduce this huge injustice to the American public and any tourists in this area. So the first thing I would like to say is how to explain this to our friends in America. I would say this. Just a few months ago, the Democratic Party in the US ran a primary, and they had two candidates. Sorry, the Republican Party ran a primary in the US, and they had two candidates, Donald Trump and Nikki Haley. What's happening in Hong Kong is like President Biden went ahead and arrested Donald Trump and Nikki Haley. Or 4 years ago, when Donald Trump was president, and he went ahead and arrested the Democratic primary candidates of Biden, Bernie Sanders, and Elizabeth Warren. It is inconceivable. So if you have any friends who's wondering what's happening in Hong Kong, tell them about the primary. That's exactly what happened. In the US, we think that it is utterly inconceivable to have that happen, yet it happened to 47 people in Hong Kong. So the second thing I want to talk about is, who are these 47 people? You may think that they're politicians. No, many of them are not politicians. Many of them are really just activists, journalists, organizers, and thinkers. But all of them are like you and me. They all care a lot about Hong Kong. And that is their sin. That is why they're in jail. That's why one of them has been sentenced for 10 years because of organizing a primary. Again, inconceivable. So going forward, I hope today's action does not end here. It is not good enough just to come out one Saturday morning, get on the street corner, and think to ourselves, oh, we did our job. No, we have not done our job. We need to go out to the community. We have friends here in the US. We need to explain what's happening to them. And this is the worst part. The worst part is it will get worse in Hong Kong. It will get worse in Hong Kong. And whatever Hong Kong is suffering, we are also suffering because we stand with them. Lastly, I hope to say a few slogans, but in Cantonese. 光復香港！時代革命！光復香港！時代革命！ Thank you.
立场的香港议员，他因为反对2015年5月11日的逃犯案例修例，在2019年11月8日，因为香港议员罪被抓捕以及判刑6年6个月。同时，他也是香港立法会及东亚地区首位公开的男同性恋议员。香港是全体中国人和香港人的香港，不是独裁者统治的香港。释放所有良心人士！释放所有良心人士！ 李家超下台，习近平下台，光复香港，光复香港，时代革命。